Happy December, friends. Today is the first of the month, which means I want to do a deep, clean, monthly reset type of situation. I don't usually do these, if I'm completely honest, but obviously it's something that I've been seeing online a lot, and I do think it's a really good way to refresh, restart the month so that we are beginning with a clean new slate. I think as humans, and especially in this chaotic contemporary world that we live in, rituals are really important, especially in, I want to call it almost like a de-ritualized society that we live in. I think creating rituals for ourselves can be very meaningful and purposeful, and that's what I want to do. Anyway, last month of the year, let's end this properly, shall we? I have written down in my handy dandy journal a list of things that we should do today together. Maybe do this follow along with me. Hopefully this motivates you to get your shit together. So I have broadly categorized the things that we'll be doing to reset the month into 5 sections. The first, number 1, is to do the laundry. And this includes towels and obviously clothes. And then number 2 is to clean. So this involves cleaning the kitchen, living room, dining room, and the bedroom, which is currently a huge mess. My partner and I moved here a few months ago now, and honestly, there are still boxes everywhere. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that today, but I do want to try to at least tackle some of it. Putting away some boxes, things like that. And then number 3 is meal plan and groceries for the following week. Number 4 is what I'm calling beauty/hygiene/personal maintenance, anything involving that. And number 5, finally, last but not least, is to reflect and to journal a little bit about November and how it went. So yeah, let's get started. I did not grow up the cleanest person in the world, and so now that I'm an adult, I am trying to do my best. The first step will be to clean up this kitchen. I already cleaned a bit yesterday actually, but there is already some more mess, as you can see. Let's get cleaning. Okay, hello. Pretty much everything in here is clean now. So we've done the kitchen, the living room, the dining room, and I'm still working on laundry right now. And now I'm going to be cleaning the bathroom, which I cleaned the bathtub yesterday, which was a feat. While I have you here. So, as usual, I've been listening to an audiobook while cleaning. I started this current one yesterday, actually. And I think chores, especially cleaning, where it's really repetitive and you don't really have to think much, they're the perfect companion to audiobooks. But the one I'm currently reading is called Pines by Blake Crouch. I believe it's part of a trilogy called the Wayward Pines trilogy. And it's very So I've read another of Blake Crouch's books before called Dark Matter, and that one I actually really liked. I think I even gave it 4 stars. On the basis of premise alone, I thought it was really fantastic, really fun, and while Blake Crouch certainly isn't the best Pulitzer Prize winning style level of author, his writing is very suited to thrillers, which is why I liked Dark Matter. But Pines is, I think the writing is getting in its way a little bit too much for me. It just feels quite simplistic, which isn't necessarily bad. In Pines, we're following Ethan Burke, who is a special service agent, and he has been sent to Wayward Pines, this small town in Idaho, in order to investigate the disappearance of 2 other Secret Service agents. Kate and Bill, I think are their names. But basically, once he gets there, things are immediately wacko. He is just running around town trying to figure out what exactly happened. The very first scene, he actually wakes up with memory loss. He doesn't know who he is, where he is, and then he eventually pieces it together a little bit. But people in the town, including the sheriffs, the nurses, the doctors, everyone, has just been really difficult and impeding his way, and so he's getting really frustrated. So that's basically where we begin in this novel. Now, my problem is immediately, like 15% of the way into this audiobook, I was already rolling my eyes so much because the way this man writes women, look, I give a lot of leeway to men writing women. And in fact, some books I love where men write women. And I'm a big Murakami fan, so that should say a lot. But this was, it's just a problem, I think, when every single woman this main character comes across, their physical appearance is described, but not just that, it's like always about their attractiveness. Like, I think there have been by the 15% mark, there are 3 or 4 women who have been mentioned. Each of them are, of course, hot. One character in particular is described as cute, but a bit chubby. Well, okay, sir. Like, every woman seems to be vaguely attracted to the main character. The main character is described as dashing and hot and so attractive, despite the fact that he looked completely beat up. And that's enough of that. Regardless, I'm actually like 75% of the way through in this audiobook now. I do find the premise of this like creepy small town super interesting. It's reminding me of the TV show From, which has been my recent obsession. It is so riveting. If you've seen Lost, it's the same creators as that show. So watch it, hit me up, and let's talk. Okay, I need to get back to cleaning the counter. Apologies for the noisy dryer. So we're done with all of the cleaning for the day, thank goodness. I feel so much better already just having everything be swept and mopped and put away. But now we are going to do some grocery planning. I have my laptop so that I can look up recipe ideas. I do this pretty much every week. I have the subscription to the New York Times cooking website, which I found really useful, honestly. So obviously, you definitely don't need that. I also use Pinterest a lot, and I honestly do use TikTok and Instagram to get some suggestions and inspiration. So this is my daily planner. It's a big one, but it's because it is so extensive. But I don't even know that I would say I would really recommend it. I don't like the bulkiness of it. I prefer one that's a little bit more streamlined and a little more simple to deal with. This one is also unnumbered, and I prefer ones that actually already have everything already put in for you. Okay, so this is my meals for the week, but let us look through Pinterest. The way I try to plan it is I cook on the days that I work from home. I really love my work from home lunches as well. Another thing that's set in stone is Tuesday lunch. I almost always go out to eat with a couple of my coworkers, have some English breakfast for tomorrow. I've been really craving kimchi spam fried rice, so I want to have that for lunch tomorrow. And also, since I'll be home, I can meal prep the rice tonight. Let's see. Oh, look how good all of this is. Ooh, something else I've been craving a lot is for maybe I can do on Thursday is like a Japanese breakfast set, like some of these that you see here. Those are so simple too, especially if you have like extra leftover rice and have just a bunch of different sides like miso soup, some kimchi even if you want to do a little multicultural moment. Curries are always super easy. Japanese curry, Thai curry, those are all great. But of course, if you're really low on time and energy, Japanese curry, perfect, super easy. Might even do that on a Tuesday, Wednesday. Ooh, Thursday, I could do a butter bean dip. I love butter beans, and especially when you make them really creamy. Yaki udon thing would be really good too. So I'll stop here with the planning. I will finish this off on my own, but I'll meet you at the grocery store. All right, friends, we did it. We have officially reached the end of the day, the December reset. Our candle is lit, we have our tea, and we also have our journal. And so this is the part of the day where we first take stock of everything. So, how did November go? What went well? What didn't go well? And then we reevaluate and see what we want to bring with us forward into the next month, into December. This is also where we set our intentions. What goals do we have for the month, if we have any at all? Sometimes life isn't about achieving things, and it's just about learning how to exist in the best way that we can. Doing the best by the people around us, to our worlds and our communities. With that being said, though, let's take a look at what we've completed today on our checklist. Today has been a long day. Number 1, laundry. Check. 2, clean. Definitely did that. Number 3, groceries. Check. Number 4, beauty, hygiene, etc. Check. And number 5 is to reflect. So that's what we'll be doing now. I'll check that off for us. Okay, new page, and it's time to create our December reflection spread. December reset, whatever you want to call it. And let me just talk through some things that you can write about. So like I said, reflect on November and then set some December intentions, or if you'd prefer, or I guess, you can do December themes. You prepare for the December vibes that you're hoping to achieve. Yeah, I'll get back to you in a second. Yes, the laundry is indeed going again, but I have finished my spread, my December reset spread. So I began with November reflections, like I had mentioned earlier. It's just like a paragraph basically talking about how the whole month went, how I felt throughout it. If you want to add more, you totally can, up to you, of course. The next part were December themes. So like I said, again, the vibe of the month that I kind of envisioned for myself. So I just kind of wrote a list of feelings, of images almost. I wrote coffee shop smells in the apartment, freshly baked bread, burning the good candle, warm stews, a thick, well-loved book, holiday drinks, red lipstick, the busyness of routine. And then I set a few December intentions. For me, that was writing something that I'm not really willing to talk about yet. And then posting on YouTube 4 times, post on Substack 4 times, exercise at least 3 times a week, and then read 5 books. So for me, putting the actual number of times I do something helps me to keep track. And for me, at least, these are fairly attainable goals that I would probably hit regardless of if I wrote them down or not. But especially with newer things like Substack and YouTube, it does help me to actually write them down just so they're like tangible, you know. And then next I wrote a little December bucket list, and these are just fun things that I want to do. So decorate the apartment, make seasonal drinks, go ice skating, Christmas office party, read winter books, watch a winter movie, have a cozy date night, finish buying and making my presents for Christmas, and visit my in-laws. So yeah, I would love to hear how your December reset has gone or is going. It's never too late to do it, even if you're like halfway through the month of December already at this point watching this. No shame. I hope your November went well, and I hope your December goes amazingly. See you all next time.